We're gonna be making French toast. One thing that I always try to reiterate with people is if you can find whole loaves of bread that are unsliced, you can slice it as thick as you want. And guess what? If you can't find one as square as you like, I can show you a little trick on how to make your slices a little bit bigger. I like to use it on a bias cut. And so what I'll do is I'll just slice like so. And then you can see the amount of surface area that you're gonna have moving forward. I like to cut them about 1 inch to 1.5 inches thick when it comes to French toast, because, I mean, come on, you're eating toast, right? I'm gonna try and get about 10 slices, so we're gonna do about 2 pieces of French toast per portion, and we're gonna make it about 5 portions. When it comes to your choice of bread, you can use whatever bread you like. This is an Italian loaf that I just bought from our local grocery store. Normally in most of the bakeries that you can find in your local store, you'll be able to find some type of a whole loaf of bread. Feel free to use whatever type of bread that you like. My personal favorite is a brioche, but it is a little bit harder to find sometimes. Last but not least, it's good for me to mention that when you're making French toast, I like to leave my sliced bread out at room temperature for anywhere from 3 hours to even overnight. One reason being is that when you make your egg and milk custard, it's gonna cling to your bread a little better. Moving on to the next step in our French toast, we're gonna be making macerated berries. You are welcome to use fresh berries, but in this particular instance, I am using a frozen IQF berry blend. I think it just kind of speeds up the process. You can pull out your fruit the night before, let it defrost in the refrigerator. And then you just add that to your bowl. Macerated berries, it's always mixed with sugar and a pinch of salt. This is what's gonna pull additional liquid out and make your berries more saucy. Got about 1/3 cup of sugar to 1 pound of berries. Just gonna give that a little once over of a mix till you notice that the sugar is dissolved or starting to dissolve, and let it sit. Set that to the side. Just a pinch of salt, not really trying to season. All you're trying to do is help extract more of those liquids. Set that off to the side. Now, last but not least, we're gonna move into the custard, in which we're gonna be dipping our French toast in. Typically, when you need to know how much custard you need to make, you can make 1 egg to about 1/4 cup of milk per slice to slice and a half of bread. Again, I have about 10 eggs here. This is going to equal to about 20 ounces. Same thing on the whole milk here. We're going to add this to the bowl and we're going to mix that together. Another big subject when it comes to custard and your French toast. What do you put in it? Some people like to add cinnamon and sugar. Some people do vanilla extract. Some people even like to put amaretto, you know, your almond flavored alcohol. It all depends on what you want, and you can make it how you like it. Today I'm just gonna add a teaspoon vanilla extract. We're gonna let the macerated berries speak on this one. All right, there's our custard. You're gonna know when your custard is gonna be completely finished when all of your yolks and your whites are completely incorporated and mixed well with your milk. I have the single burner all the way on low, and I let this thing preheat for about 20 minutes. And so we're gonna have a nice hot spot right here in the center, and we're gonna be on medium on both sides. Now we're going to be utilizing medium heat on both the potato pancake and the French toast. So we're going to put our potato pancakes over here on this side and our French toast over here on this side. Butter, always got to use butter. Notice it's not too hot. You have your milk solids, it's in the butter. It is popping on there, but it is also not browning. That's also a good sign that you're not too hot. All right, folks, as you can see, we're gonna griddle these for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side till they're about golden brown. Really, all we're trying to do is just to cook the custard that's on the outside of the bread, and it's gonna leave that nice golden brown. Now we're gonna go on with our macerated berries. Now that our sugar is all dissolved and all the liquid has been extracted, should make for a good topping for French toast. Whipped cream, who doesn't like whipped cream? Now we got some good old agave nectar that we're gonna top this off with, followed by a few pieces of mint. We're ready to rock and roll.